Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call 'em blue, the way you be cluing. Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call 'em blue, the way you be cluing. Have we had enough of your lies for one night? Have we felt enough of our pain to know it's real? How do you feel? Sick and tired of the lies, all I'm feeling is the pain. It's the devil in disguise while I'm standing in the rain. Water pouring from the sky, but you tell me the opposite. Like I don't have a consciousness, like I'm stuck in the matrix and my brain's up for the taking, but we don't do that. I know my facts. They say that he was elected, but where the stats at? They say that jab the only way to get your life back, but if you have a heart attack then they will go to hide that. Look at the FDA acting like KKK, trying to run all our lives like we they brand new slaves. Lose the job, bent from plain segregation, all the same. They call themselves progressives, but they taking us all back again. Bring the world to darkness and sacrifice the children. Then when it's said and done, then you will never live with hope again. I say that we break the chains, we can't leave the world the same. Make love real again. As we fly above the truth, I ask of God, am I with you? I walk the path, go to the light, but still I feel that. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages from all across the world. You are now tuned into your favorite twice weekly source for news, entertainment, politics, and your general brief update for what is going on in the world during this week. My name is Chandler Crump, and this is the Chandler Brief, where the dress code is, of course, business casual. Now, many astute fans have been blabbing in my comments about how in business casual there actually isn't a suit. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Chandler's Business Casual, we have a suit here on the Chandler Brief. Big thank you to everybody who's tuning in with us over on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. Once again, I had a small issue with them, so I couldn't stream for a few days, but we're back and better than ever. Happy to see Deborah Galinis in here. I think is that how you pronounce it? Nice to see you anyways. We've got a ton of subjects, so we're going to jump right into it with one that I'm very happy about. Now, I actually have to bust out the funeral music for you guys real quick. Let me see if I can figure out where it is. Okay, here we go. We're here to celebrate the life of something that didn't quite get to live long enough, but I think we're very happy it lived a short life. It is the Biden administration disinformation board. It is now on pause, which if you guys know in political terms, media terms, means that thing is dead. The disinformation Ministry of Truth board is no more. Now that's enough sadness, because now we gotta celebrate. Get that out of the way. We don't need that on anything. Now let's jump into this. The Department of Homeland Security's Disinformation Governance Board is being put on hold after its establishment was announced to the public, and board director Nina Jankowicz will resign, sources told the Associated Press. According to the Washington Post, the Homeland Security Administration, or Department of Homeland Security, made the decision on Monday, and that the following morning, the board's leader, Nina, had a resignation letter drafted. Whether Jankowicz ultimately decides to leave DHS remains up in the air, the Post reported, as the department offered to let her stay, despite the agency suspending all groups that had been focusing on what the Biden administration refers to as mis, dis, and mal information, or MDM. That sounds like a drug. What the heck? In the meantime, DHS is defending Jankowicz against attacks from the right based on her past positions and social media posts, including casting doubt on the legitimacy of the New York Post reporting on the Hunter Biden laptop, which was found to be true, but it's neither here nor there. Nina has been subjected to unjustified and vile personal attacks and physical threats, said a spokesperson. In congressional hearings and in media interviews, the secretary has repeatedly defended her as eminently qualified and underscored the importance of the department's disinformation work, and he will continue to do so. That's, of course, Mr. Mayorkas, who, if you guys don't know, is the guy that's always shouting at you in the airport to put your mask on. He's the guy on the big screen. That might just be my local airport, but I know he's on a lot of places. The big screens, his picture's there, smiling at you while he used to tell you to put the mask on. Unfortunately, they lost that battle. The White House sharply criticized the board's opponents while insisting that there was nothing wrong with the board's goals. These smears leveled by bad faith right-wing actors against a deeply qualified expert and against efforts to better combat human smuggling and domestic terrorism are disgusting. It's not actually Biden saying that, but I thought it would be apt to pull out the Biden impression right there for that because, well, it's him saying it. It's his White House. He's the one pushing it. Neither Nina Jankowicz nor the board have anything to do with censorship or removing content from anywhere. The role is to ensure that national security officials are updated on how misinformation is affecting the threat environment. Of course, they couldn't do anything about affecting the threat environment when it came to the Buffalo shooter, right? In fact, all they want to do now is condemn white supremacy when it doesn't seem like that's going to do anything to solve the problem. They want to condemn these alt-right figures because that's apparently all white supremacy is in their eyes. Meanwhile, the guy on his manifesto was dissing the alt-right, talking about how terrible Fox News is and other right-wing figures and how much he disagrees with them, and that he was radicalized by racial issues like the Great Replacement theory, which is completely separate. Like, really goes to show you that it's not necessarily a right thing or a left thing. In fact, I'm sure a lot of this guy's viewpoints might not have been right or left. He's just a crazy dude. Just a crazy young guy. It's the sad truth, but unfortunately, this disinformation board had nothing to do with solving that problem. But they did have everything to do with embarrassing themselves. And one major player in that football play, the quarterback of this is what I'm trying to say, was Jack Posobiec, whose name was trending earlier this afternoon for his job in basically single-handedly tearing this thing to shreds. Benny Johnson posted, shout out to Jack Besovic for causing the collapse of Biden's Ministry of Truth after he posted a tweets, according to Taylor Lorenz and the Washington Post. Because yes, right here, they actually attest and attribute the failure of the administration and the board to Jack Besovic. Just hours after Jankowicz tweeted about her new job, far-right influencer Jack Besovic posted a tweets, really got to keep that S in there right there, accusing the Biden administration of creating a Ministry of Truth. Besovic's 1.7 million Nazi followers quickly sprung into action, and by the end of the day, there are at least 53,000 posts on Twitter mentioning Disinformation Governance Board, many referencing Jankowicz by name, according to a report by Advanced Democracy, a nonpartisan, I'm sorry. If they're gonna call it Advanced Democracy and then call it nonpartisan, it's literally got Democrat in the name. Now, I know everybody's like, oh, it's a democracy. That means Republican and Democrat. But no, we are a republic, which I guess you could say the same thing. It's a Republican thing, but it's more off of that than anything else. So you're going to call it a nonpartisan? Seriously? Anyways, that conducts public interest research. In the days following, that number skyrocketed. So he's literally being name-dropped in the WAPO article about how this was a literal disastrous rollout. I couldn't actually read the article itself because Washington Post thinks they're worth being behind a paywall, which says to you guys enough about who they are as a platform, but apparently they said more. Or no, this is the same thing, but posted a tweets. Oh my gosh. It really is funny. You know, all this coming together about Jack Posobiec. Well, let's take a look. It's Jack Posobiec saying, I'm about to end this mam's whole career. It's good. It's good. These types of memes, I don't know if you guys know, this is a kind of a 2010s meme, although I guess most memes are, but this one's, you know, the psych, that's the wrong number, oh, meme. I might play it for you guys so you can get the idea, but they put Jack Posobiec's face over super hot fire, and poor Nina Jankowicz, I don't know, it's something, it's hard to pronounce, but poor Nina J, she is out of a job, and obviously this is the qualified expert they're talking about right here, if you guys had any idea whether or not to believe it. This is her. Yeah, this is an actual face she made because she was singing about disinformation. Should I pull it up for you guys again? Really? I think I should. Nina disinformation song. It was a nice Mary Poppins. Oh gosh. It was bad. Let me see if I can find. Is this it?
My name is Nina Janko.
No. Nina disinformation song. I think it's Mary Poppins. That's what it was. It was like supercalifragilistic. There you go. Oh, I gotta turn it down. That is loud. I don't want to hear her too loud.
Really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. When Rudy Giuliani shared bad intel from Ukraine, or when TikTok influencers say COVID can cause pain, they're laundering disinfo and we read.
I won't force you guys to sit through much more of that, but that's that gives you a really great idea of what the Biden administration considers qualified expert. Now, any other time they talk about we need to trust the experts and maybe trust the science, you get a better idea for what kind of experts they're laying their faith in and what kind of experts we're supposed to be laying our lives down to. Does that really make you guys understand it just an eensy-weensy bit better? Just an eensy bit better. Shout out to Grand Old Memes for this amazing one. People are saying, LOL. MSNBC will save a spot for her. I'm sure they will. I'm sure. She's going to have an MSNBC CNN job very soon. And you know what? She might get Veritas one of these days, or Veritas, I guess. But this started trending after she was out of a job. The words "Scary Poppins," and oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite as devastating.
Rub my leg down.
I don't even know. Of course, Washington Post at the top of it says, "How the Biden administration let right-wing attacks derail its disinformation efforts," which I don't even know. I don't even know what to tell y'all. But let's dig even deeper. Biden's disinfo board paused after Scary Poppins drafts resignation. This is the beginning of something so sad. Scary Poppins, I was looking for topics earlier today, and I saw the word Scary Poppins, and I was confused. I had no idea what it was even about. I was just like, Scary Poppins? Are they making like some sort of Halloween version of the movie? But no, it's legitimately just, it's all about poor Nina. If I were her, well, I'm not, but she's probably curled up somewhere crying. She's very sad. Very, very sad. No more Scary Poppins. It's sad. Like, I bet it might even still be on the trending tab. Let's do a quick search real quick here. It might not be, but it might be. Depp versus her. It's a different thing. Because it was like around like 20 when I saw it earlier today. It might have fallen off. Okay, thankfully it's fallen off, so maybe she get a little breathing room. But Scary Poppins was indeed trending, and, well, I think you guys get the picture here. I really think you do. Of course, it didn't stop there, though, because we had to get to the source of this entire thing, which was Taylor Lorenz. Now, this disinformation board sprung a little bit after Elon Musk decided to step in and take over Twitter, which we'll be talking about some more later on, I promise you. But another thing that was sprung up a little around it was the Taylor Lorenz expose against libs of TikTok, then the subsequent media firestorm against Lorenz. Lorenz is taking the reins of things apparently over at the Washington Post. In fact, I'm sure she might be getting some more power over there soon, but she was the one drafting articles, as we read, and running cover for quote-unquote victim Nina Jankowicz after reporting the Homeland Security put pause on disinfo board. Let's check this out. The Washington Post's internet culture journalist, Taylor Lorenz, offered a sympathetic portrayal of Jankowicz Wednesday while reporting that the Department of Homeland Security had decided to pause its so-called disinformation board. Last month, the Biden admin raised eyebrows with the rollout of its new DHS division aimed to combat disinformation, which critics compared to Orwell's Ministry of Truth. But Nina's appointment as the board's executive director was widely panned after it was revealed that she herself has a lengthy history of, guess what? Drum roll, please. Peddling misinformation.
Nope.
Including claiming that the Hunter Biden laptop was a Trump campaign product?
Stop the cap.
And numerous unflattering videos surfaced like her infamous Mary Poppins parody. Should I let you guys hear it again?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Alright, fine. However, while revealing that Jankowicz's work was being shelved, the Post went with the headline, "How the Biden administration let right-wing attacks derail disinformation efforts." Yada yada, we just read that. And claimed that Jankowicz was the victim of coordinated online attacks. From the
MAGA.
I assume. I think, right-wing, or did they say? They just said let right-wing. I guess they didn't say alt-right, like they did in this other article about Jack Besovic, right? Here? Was it on this one? Yeah, far right. Oh, not alt-right. So, there's right, there's far right, and there's alt-right. So I guess since my camera's mirrored, right, far right, and then alt-right. Just off the screen, alt-right, apparently. This is what they're telling us. But apparently Jack Besovic is far right. I've met Jack Besovic. I wouldn't call him far right. Anyways, Lorenz touted Jankowicz as a well-known figure in the field of fighting disinformation and extremism, but complained her appointment was thrust into the spotlight by the very forces she dedicated her career to combating. Was it Biden that thrust her into the spotlight? Or was it people like Jack Besovic that were like, listen guys, we need to talk about this? People like me that were like, this is Ministry of Truth. I posted streams about it all the last couple of weeks. Talked about it. I think it's us. The board itself and Homeland Security received criticism for both its somewhat ominous name and scant details of specific mission. But Jankowicz was on the receiving end of the harshest attacks, with her role mischaracterized as she became a primary target on the right-wing internet. She has been subject to an unrelenting barrage of harassment and abuse, while unchecked misrepresentations of her work continue to go viral. Oh man. Lorenz claimed that the board is being paused, a decision that was made at DHS on Monday, according to multiple DHS employees, and that Jankowicz had drafted a resignation. Yada yada, we've heard all about it. What do you guys think, though? I don't know. What do you guys think of this whole, Ministry of Truth disinformation board? Rebecca says there's speculation that Brandon meant to say alt-right MAGA, but blundered with
Ultra MAGA.
I don't know. It's a good one. Rachel Rocha says, "Oh, I'm at work. I want to keep listening to you." Rachel, I have a good idea for you. If you watch us over on Rumble using your phone, you can actually turn off your phone screen so nobody walks by and sees some little kid on your screen and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm listening to the news." And they're like, "Sure, Jan." Or I guess, "Sure, Rachel." So watch us over on Rumble, and you can actually turn off your phone screen while you watch. So try that out. Or if you're on a computer, you could just tab out. That's different. But you can still watch us over on Rumble. I encourage each and every one of you guys to do that. We have a few more topics here, including this big one right here about the FDA and some new COVID booster shot authorizations that we're going to jump into right after this break from our sponsor. We'll be right back. Hey, freethinkers. Chandler here, and man, covering the news of the day, reading your comments, and containing my laughter sure are tiring, right? I'm sure your day-to-day life leaves you just as, if not more tired than me. So why not elevate your night's sleep, all while supporting a great patriot? Of course, you knew it was coming. It was too good to pass up. MyPillow is your ultimate night's sleep. Pillows, blankets, sheets, mattresses, mattress toppers, pajamas, loungewear. As you can hear by me droning on in the background, the list of MyPillow products is long and varied, and sometimes, dare I say, ridiculous. But it all goes towards an amazing cause, all the while giving you the best night's sleep in the whole wide world. Mike Lindell is an amazing patriot and a man I've met a few times myself. I can tell you, he's just as real in person as he is online. He has an inspiring story of recovering from addiction and is a true warrior. You could tell just by how hard the media comes after him. The best way to stand by Mike Lindell, stand by the patriots who have been canceled, and to stand by your wife or husband who would love to wake up in the morning to a non-cranky mess, go to mypillow.com and use code CRUMP, that is code CRUMP, for your very own discount today. Now, let's get back to the show. If you or a loved one has the name Nina Jankowicz and you just lost everything, was smeared online by the far right, and suddenly doesn't have your job being able to sing about the misinformation that is quite indeed precocious, then make sure you go to mypillow.com and use code CRUMP so that you can sleep all your sorrows away, because Lord knows you're gonna need it. So make sure you go to mypillow.com and pick up your pillow or blanket or misinformation book that is indeed quite precocious today. Now, anyways, big thank you to Rachel, who says, "Cool, I'll go to Rumble." And speaking of Rumble, Joker Ace over Rumble says, "Rumble Rants is basically broken for me on Firefox Android, so we'll be watching until they fix it. My suggestion for you is actually download the Rumble app on Android. It's available. You can just go to the Google Play Store, download it there, and Rumble Rants should work perfectly fine over there, so you can still chat and all things of that nature. It's up to you, though. I don't really recommend using mobile browsers for anything like watching videos or streams, but it's all up to you. Just know my suggestion. Anyways, this next one is Garkuntz's misinformation book. So yeah, they have one. I was telling you about it. His book about how he overcame addiction. Soon enough, it's going to be misinformation. He's already been banned from Twitter twice for election misinformation, whatever it may be, just for being himself. So make sure you support an independent person like Mike Lindell, who's standing up for what they believe in. But speaking of standing up for what you believe in, I think we all might come together and stand up once we read this article here. The FDA has authorized a brand new COVID booster shot for healthy children ages 5 to 11 as the infections, quote unquote, once again creep upward, according to CBS News. I feel like we've been here before. I got some major deja vu last night when I heard about a printing error in the Pennsylvania Senate primary last night, and I was like, what's next, a pipe burst? Or somebody on Twitter said that, so this is bringing back a lot of memories for me right here. Let's check this out. U.S. regulators on Tuesday authorized a COVID-19 booster shot for 5 to 11-year-old, hoping an extra vaccine dose will enhance their protection as infections once again creep upward.
Stop the cap.
Everyone 12 and older already was supposed to get one booster dose for the best protection against the newest coronavirus variants, and some people, including those 50 and older, can get a 4th shot in a 2nd booster. Gosh. It's so funny. I remember back in 2020 when Operation Warp Speed was going through all that, and I was starting to become a little skeptical. I was like, oh, sure, soon enough they're gonna have you having to take 4 vaccines, and I thought that was a joke. I really thought that was a joke. But here we are. Some people can get a 4th vaccine. The FDA now opens a 3rd shot of Pfizer's vaccine to elementary age kids too, at least 5 months after their last dose. So if I chose to right now, I could get 3 jabs. I could. Actually, technically I already could because I'm over the age of 12, and if I waited a few months, suddenly turned 18, suddenly my body biology changes and getting a 3rd vaccine becomes safe. Right? I got the answer.
Nope.
Anyways, there is one more hurdle. The CDC must decide whether to formally recommend the booster for this age group. The CDC's scientific advisors are scheduled to meet on Thursday. Yes, indeed, their experts are going to be meeting this Thursday. I think you should take the vaccine because the virus is precocious. I'm excited. I really am excited to hear it. Pfizer and its partner BioNTech make the only COVID vaccine available for children of any age in the U.S., those 5 to 11, receiving 1/3 of the dose given to everyone 12 and older. Both Pfizer and Moderna have been studying their shots and the youngest children, and the FDA is expected to evaluate data from one or both companies sometime next month. For the 5 to 11-year-olds, it's not clear how much demand there will be for boosters. Only about 30% of that age group have had the initial 2 Pfizer doses since vaccinations opened to them in November. And also because they have workhorse immune systems. They've not just been born, but they've only been alive for about a decade or even half of it. So they're still kicking it. Their bodies are getting started, but their bodies are powerful. Give a baby some sort of virus, or not even a baby, but a young person some sort of virus, and if they beat that, whatever they've got, their antibodies can be utilized to kill that thing anywhere else. They put it in what's it called, a petri dish, and boom, it's done. But of course, nobody sees it the way we see it. Nobody sees it, except maybe the FDA themselves, considering that just a few weeks ago, they actually limited the use of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine for adults. They said you have to be 18 years of age or older, and even for that, you may be limited, because they don't think it is safe anymore. They don't think it is safe. The FDA said on Thursday it was limiting the use of Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine for adults due to the risk of a rare, quote-unquote, blood clotting syndrome. The J&J shot is authorized for those 18 and above and is one of the 3 COVID vaccines. The agency said the J&J shot can be administered in cases where authorized or approved COVID vaccines are not accessible, or if an individual is less keen on using the other 2 shots. They said its analysis had determined that the risk of thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome after the administration of the shot warrants limiting of the authorization. They did not respond to Reuters for comment. These vaccines are still needing to be reviewed. Meanwhile, they're trying to push them on children. Now, you guys may say, oh, but Chandler, it's a different type of shot, and, we just need to vaccinate 100% of the population, and I've got COVID, but I am so proud to have my vaccine. I will be suffering mild symptoms and will not need to be hospitalized due to the vaccine I have taken. I am very proud of this. Because, every single time one of these vaccine shills gets COVID, they say the exact same script over and over again, same robotic voice. You can watch it. It's scary to see. But there's nothing more scary to see than these kids and even some of these older young people are being damaged by this. Damaged. Injured. Meanwhile, we're supposed to just let it happen? Let the FDA and CDC do whatever they want? I don't know. I don't want to get too far into it because YouTube will strike this down. In fact, I might actually have to take the stream down from YouTube because I spoke a little bit too much on the FDA, CDC cabal. So if you guys want to watch the stream after it's taken down from YouTube, make sure you follow us over on Rumble and make sure you subscribe to us over on Local so you don't miss out on anything, any of my content. In fact, I'll highlight that real quick before we move on. This is what my Locals community looks like. This is me actually advertising this show you're watching right now, so you can see when it goes up, and actually you can review this meme right here, which is beautiful. Ministry of Truth and then memes. This is how it happens. Shout out to Grand Ole Memes for this banger as well. Big word up to him. But make sure you follow us over here on Locals for all of our stuff. We actually have links to our stream yesterday. We post exclusive videos. We have one coming very soon down the pipeline that you guys are going to maybe want to see, maybe not want to see. But it's gonna be something regardless. So make sure you check us out over on Locals, and also check us out here on Rumble as well. This is our live stream here. Shout out to Hip Hop Thinker and Joker Ace and everybody watching us here on Rumble. Elemental Red says, and I hope it stays dead, in reference to the Ministry of Truth. So shout out to everybody watching us on these platforms, and shout out to everybody who subscribed to us here over on Locals. I really appreciate y'all. But now we gotta move on to the laughing stock of the day. It's this quick clip, which is going to really realize why people are pushing so far away from the radical left, because, man, they're getting dumb. The Blaze posts, do you believe that men can become pregnant and have abortions? A Democrat witness responds, yes. Yes? Alright, let's watch this real quick. Real quick.
What do you say a woman is?
Oh my gosh. I can't do this, guys. I cannot do this right now. Alright, we're gonna do this. I don't want to, but we're gonna do this.
I believe that everyone can identify for themselves.
Okay.
Oh.
Stop the cap.
If you disagree with the statement that was just said, you are indeed
Ultra MAGA.
Yes.
I'm proud to be Ultra MAGA. I'm proud.
Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, guys. Are you a biologist, Miss Arimbide? I think that's how you pronounce that. Arambide? Arambide? There's a few different pronunciations. Might be Arambide, because I don't see a little accent there, but still. We don't need to get into pronunciation. I always butcher them, but Miss Amy, we'll just call her that, 'cause I'm sure that's pronounced Amy. Are you a biologist? I don't know. Rebecca says, Chandler, can you do me a favor and major in biology in college? I need a biologist to explain to me what a woman is. I don't think, even if I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars and 3 or 4 or 5 years of my life to a college, I'd be able to answer that question for you. Because, well, I can answer it to you right now. I did 12 years of 11 years of public school, and I could tell you no, it is 12 years. 12 years of public school. Obviously, it didn't teach me good math with that Common Core jazz, but I could tell you with the years I've had in public schooling that, man, you're wrong. You're wrong, Amy. You're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. What is a woman? A woman is what you are, I think. A woman is what that lady is in the back there. I'm going to assume your gender. Not this guy. This is not a woman. This person will never be a woman. This person will never be pregnant, and this person will never have an abortion. If there comes a time when this person can somehow get pregnant, I want off this earth. Because we're not on cloud world anymore. You know, there's Earth, there's clown world, and then there's hell. Honestly, there's hell. And if this can produce a child, and not this, and not by any medical unfortunality, but an actual scientific breakthrough, I want off. I want off. I don't know what to tell y'all. These types of things are why people are starting to get frustrated with the Democrat Party. Frustrated with the liberal left that isn't quite liberal anymore and is getting more and more left by the minute. With people like this coming forward from a major party saying that a man can get pregnant, a man can have an abortion, and anybody that wants to be can become a woman. Including Elon Musk, who was just posting earlier today, which I can only assume was a precursor, saying, political attacks on me will escalate dramatically in coming months, which we've already seen so heavily. And somebody says, when you are explicitly political, you should expect people to treat you as such. Well, part of that is confusing to you. He says, I'm not surprised at all. That was to inoculate the public. As a prominent vaccine advocate, you should understand that. Yale is the epicenter of the woke mind virus attempting to destroy civilization. But this gets deeper, because just today, just a couple hours after he tweeted this, Elon Musk then turned around and said, in the past, I voted Democrat because they were mostly the kindness party. But they have become the party of division and hate. And so I can no longer support them and will vote Republican. Now watch their dirty tricks campaign against me unfold. May 18th, 2022. The red wave began with the richest man on the planet and a soon-to-be power player in the political field, and already a cultural firebrand, announced to everyone that the so-called hateful and racist and far-right and, what's the last word? Oh yeah,
Ultra MAGA
Republican Party is now what he supports. Now, he's not saying I support Trump, and honestly, I don't expect him to. He's voted for what he thinks is kindness. He's a sensitive person. He probably would never support somebody like Trump, but he might be willing to vote in some ultra MAGA Republican representatives. Now, I don't know where Elon Musk's place of residence is. I don't know if he actually lives in California or if he lives in Texas or maybe somewhere else. So I don't know where he might be registered to vote. And actually, a really fun crossover was Scott Pressler in the comments saying, "Are you registered to vote at your current address?" I love my boy Scott. I really do. So I don't know where Elon Musk is based out of, and I don't know if his Republican vote is going to matter for much in the end. But what is going to matter is that he is such a massive figure with, once again, 93 million followers on Twitter, a platform he is soon going to own, and also, I don't know, a couple $100 billion in his war chest to send to whatever he feels the need to send it to. He can invest a good amount of money into different candidates and different organizations and really be a major supporter. He can be a right-wing George Soros, minus all the evil and a lot more about the kindness, because that's literally what he says he's all about. Kindness. I don't know about y'all. I know you guys don't want to invest all your eggs into Elon, and you can say, he's got a transhumanist agenda, and I agree. He does seem to have something like that. But at the very least, he is making waves in the scene, and I can only imagine how much greater this is going to get, with 200,000 likes, and his name actually currently trending on Twitter. Let's see what poor Elon means. I think they're just talking about taxes and economic stuff, whatever, stuff in the drain. But I want to see if he's tweeted anything else since this came out. Yeah, this was just an hour ago as well. Man. Also, this meme as well. What is an ESG score? It determines how compliant your business is with the leftist agenda. He's been tweeting memes like this for weeks now, but it looks like it's getting better. It's getting bigger, better, wider, taller, harder, better, faster, stronger. And I can't wait to see what comes next. Speaking of see what comes next, you guys are not going to want to miss our show tomorrow here on YouTube, Rumble, Getter, and Facebook. Again, at 8, which is our twice weekly show, Crump Live, on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8. You are not going to want to miss it. We have a ton of fun announcements coming very soon that I should be able to talk about very soon. So I'm very excited to unveil it all for you and show you just what is coming next for yours truly and what we have planned for the rest of the year. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you have all your notifications on. Make sure you are indeed a member of our Telegram channel, which you can find just by going to t.me/RealC, CRUMP. You just hit enter, and it will take you straight to our Telegram channel, where you too can join in and gain access to everything we've got. You'll be able to know it's my channel with the little verified tag here, and it'll have a picture like this, although I'm probably going to update it soon. And you can just hit view in Telegram. It'll take you to the app, or if you just want to take a look at it, you can hit preview, and it will show you just what we've got available on our Telegram channel. We're at 751 subscribers right now, so I'd love to get us up to 1,000 sometime soon. So I know we won't get up to there in just a day, but make sure you join us over on Telegram with the code Real C CRUMP. You can find us. I'll drop that in the chat over on YouTube and Rumble, so make sure you follow us there. Big shout out to all my people who are watching us over on Rumble. I really appreciate y'all. Big thank you to everyone tuning in. Paul Hammer says the $1 billion man, Elon. So very true. Big thank you to everybody who is here. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 with even more news, entertainment, and all around fun times. But aside from all that, I'll catch you next time, free thinkers. Don't forget to spread the virus of intelligence. Peace.